You know that feeling, right? When you're just swamped by information. It's pure chaos. But what if I told you there's a tool, and it's probably already on your computer, that's specifically designed to turn that mess into crystal clarity? Yep, we're talking about spreadsheets, and trust me, they're so much more than just a boring grid of boxes.
So take a big company, let's call them WorldCorp. They're trying to manage data from teams all over the world. As it says here, for them to succeed, they have to be able to share information. But with that much data flying around, that's how you drown. It's the classic problem. You've got tons and tons of data, but zero actual insight.
But hey, let's be real, this isn't just a problem for giant corporations. Haven't we all been there? Your personal budget starts to feel like it's actively mocking you. A project plan has a million different moving pieces. Or, even a simple to-do list suddenly spirals and gets totally out of control. That feeling of being overwhelmed, it's universal. The world of data. So how in the world do we fight back against this tidal wave of information? Well, the answer is the spreadsheet. It's a tool that was literally built for one single purpose, to take that jumbled mess of numbers and text and just snap it all into sharp, organized focus. The order of the grid. Okay, to unlock all that power, you've got to start with the absolute basics, the grid itself. At its heart, a spreadsheet is really just this simple grid. You've got columns that run up and down, labeled with letters. You've got rows that run side to side, labeled with numbers. And that little box where a column and a row meet, that's called a cell. And every single cell has its own unique address, like A1, B2, C3. Everything, and I mean everything, is built on this one simple but incredibly powerful idea. Okay, you're also going to hear two key terms thrown around, workbook and worksheets. The easiest way to think about it is this. The workbook is the entire file. Think of it like a 3-ring binder. And inside that binder, you have all the individual pages, and those are your worksheets. So you might have a personal finance workbook with separate worksheets inside for your monthly budget, your savings goals, and your debt tracker. The magic of formulas. All right, so if the grid gives you order, then formulas give you superpowers. This right here is where the real magic happens. A formula is basically just an instruction that you give to the spreadsheet. And there is one golden rule you absolutely, positively cannot forget. Every single formula must begin with an equals sign. That equals sign is like the magic word. It's what tells the spreadsheet, hey, wake up. Don't just show me this text, calculate it. So let's look at this example from our WorldCorp data. See, this formula here doesn't say multiply 14 by 170. No, it's way smarter than that. It says, hey, go look at whatever number is in cell E2 and then multiply it by whatever number is in cell G2. And boom, the spreadsheet does the math for you instantly. The result just appears. But here's the truly amazing part. If you go back and change the price in cell G2, this total will update automatically. It's not static. It's a living, breathing calculation. But wait, what if you have like hundreds of sales orders? You're not going to sit there and type that formula over and over again, right? Of course not. Instead, you use this amazing feature called autofill. You just write the formula one time, you grab that tiny little black cross in the corner of the cell, and you just drag it down. The spreadsheet is smart enough to copy the formula to every single row. It is a massive, massive time saver. Data that speaks visually. Okay, so our spreadsheet is organized, it's doing math for us, but can it help us understand the story behind the numbers? Yes, absolutely. And that is all about formatting. Take a look at this raw data. It's all correct, technically, but look at that percentage column, that big, long number, 0.231713, our brains just kind of glaze over when we see that. It takes effort. You have to do a little bit of mental gymnastics to figure out what it actually means. It's accurate, sure, but it isn't clear. But watch this. With literally 2 clicks, we can format those cells to show the exact same data in a different way. And bam, instead of that long decimal, you see 23% and 1/4. It's the same information, but it's presented in a language your brain can understand in a split second.
That's the power of good formatting. Excel versus Google Sheets. All right, so what tool should you be using? Let's quickly talk about the two titans of the spreadsheet world. So in one corner, you've got Microsoft Excel. It's the original heavyweight champ, right? It's a desktop app that is known for being incredibly powerful with a massive library of advanced functions for really deep analysis. And in the other corner, you have Google Sheets. It's the nimble web-based challenger, and its greatest strength is real-time collaboration. You and your whole team can be in the same sheet at the same time from anywhere. And get this, here's a fun little piece of trivia for you. You would think that Excel, the old powerhouse, has every function imaginable, wouldn't you? But surprisingly, it's actually Google Sheets that has dedicated functions called minus and divide for simple subtraction and division. Excel just doesn't. It's a small thing, but kind of a fascinating little difference between the two. Your new data superpower. All right, we've gone through the grid, the magic formulas, the different tools. Let's bring it all home and recap what this really means for you. The bottom line is this: you've just unlocked a new set of superpowers. You now have the power to organize literally any set of information into a clean, logical grid. You can calculate with instant, perfect accuracy using formulas. You can visualize your data so it actually tells a story. And most importantly, you put all that together so you can decide. You can turn confusing, raw numbers into confident, informed decisions. See, spreadsheets aren't really about being a math whiz. They're about being good at thinking clearly. You now have the secret to taming complexity. So the only question left is, what piece of chaos in your world, big or small, are you going to go conquer first?